The rabbit was hunting, pecking hard at the man's mouth. The man woke up in pain and threw it out. Wait, why is it so high? Dragging his injured leg, the man looked over the edge to see a 100-meter abyss below. He called for help, but no one answered. The man decided to climb down slowly, placing his feet on the rock wall and gripping the crevices. Suddenly, he slipped and almost fell. He used all his strength, but now he's stuck, unable to move forward or back. What to do? Suddenly, lightning and thunder filled the sky, and it started pouring rain. Looking down, the top was covered by rainwater. He couldn't wait any longer and decided to take a risk. Though he survived, his foot was in severe pain. He removed his shoe to find it swollen several times its size. Calmly, he used stones to brace his foot, twisted it back, and then tied it with a stick to regain mobility. Returning to the cliff, he found only a stone-built grave. He finally broke down, realizing no one could save him. Days ago, while hunting with his tribe, they found some yak tracks. The leader sniffed the dung and confirmed it. They smeared it on themselves to mask their scent and crawled towards the yaks. At the leader's command, they charged, scaring the yaks into a stampede. As they closed in, they threw spears. The spears blocked the yak's path, causing them to turn and run towards the cliff, falling off before they could react. But one aggressive yak turned on the man, flipping him and hooking him with its horns, charging towards the cliff. The man's father, in desperation, threw his spear at the yak, but it didn't stop, and the man fell off the cliff. When the tribe arrived, they found him on a ledge, but despite his father's calls all night, he never woke. The next day, his father built a grave and returned to the tribe. Now, the man had to rely on himself. Hungry, he ate worms. Tired, he slept on dead trees, but no one expected another accident to happen. A pack of wolves eyed the man, baring their teeth and crazily chasing the prey in front of them. The man frantically climbed a dead tree, but one foot was bitten by a wolf. Seeing the danger, the man pulled out a dagger and slashed the wolf, quickly climbing up. The wolves below howled and roared, and the man had no way out. The injured wolf fell due to its wounds, and the other wolves stayed all night until dawn. By then, only the man and the injured wolf remained. The man intended to finish it off, but seeing its pitiful expression, he couldn't bring himself to do it. The man took out a rope and tied the wolf's mouth, so he wouldn't get hurt. He picked up the wolf and walked with difficulty, finally reaching a safe cave. The next day, the man gathered some herbs. He crushed them with a stone pot and applied them to his injured leg. Meanwhile, the wolf slowly removed the rope. The man tried to give it some water, but it kept baring its teeth, looking unapproachable. The man gently placed the water near its mouth. Seeing the human meant no harm, the wolf lowered its guard and drank. Then, the man found some bugs, using some to treat the wolf's wound and feeding it the rest. That day, the man caught a rabbit and started a fire to prepare a meal. The wolf, smelling the meat, crept closer to snatch the prey. The man drove the wolf away and tore off a piece of rabbit meat in front of it, asserting his dominance. After the rabbit was cooked, the man ate heartily. The wolf watched pitifully, and the man's heart softened, tossing it a piece of meat. As the man's leg healed, he packed up and set off for home, not expecting the wolf to follow him. He shouted for it to find its path, but the wolf obediently lay down as soon as he left. The wolf got up and followed, even running ahead of him. They then encountered some wild boars, driving them towards the man. The man prepared to attack, but the next second a boar knocked him down and fled. The wolf turned to look at him, and from then on they developed a mutual understanding, eventually catching prey. Over time, a bond formed between the man and the wolf. At night, the wolf would lie beside the man to keep him warm. During the day, the man would take the wolf to bathe, playing and frolicking in the water. The wolf even caught fish in the water, playfully attacking the man. In the blink of an eye, winter is coming. Snow covers the whole wilderness. On this day, an accident happened. Man accidentally stepped on thin ice and fell into the water. He was about to be swept away by the current when a wolf rushed over to save him. But no matter what it tried, it couldn't break the ice. The man took out a dagger and smashed the ice. Finally, he broke through, and the wolf dragged him out. Shivering with cold, he lit a fire, took off his clothes to dry them, and then fell asleep holding the wolf. Soon, the man found a camp, but the people there had frozen to death. He only found a bow and arrow. To make matters worse, a blizzard was coming. Even more terrifying, a pack of wild beasts set their sights on them. The man and the wolf ran for their lives, quickly escaping into a cave. Luckily, the beasts didn't find them, but unexpectedly, the wolf started barking, and a more ferocious beast suddenly appeared. The beast was huge, and the wolf was no match. In a moment of crisis, the man raised his bow, focused, and shot the beast dead with one arrow. After a brief rest in the cave, they continued their journey through the snowstorm. A few days later, the man discovered a stone pillar, marking the tribe's territory, indicating they were close to their destination. But gradually, the wolf's injuries worsened, and the man's body reached its limit. Under the blizzard, they couldn't hold on much longer. A few days later, the wolf collapsed from its injuries, and the man was in terrible shape. He looked at his companion, picked him up, and continued through the harsh wind and frost. They traveled from day to night. The man didn't know if the wolf was still alive, but he couldn't leave his companion behind. Finally, with the man's will to survive, they reached their destination. When the man appeared in the tribe's forest, everyone was stunned. His father thought it was an illusion until he held his son's hand and realized it was real. His son had returned. When the man awoke from his coma, his companion miraculously survived too. At that moment, the shaman in the hut was stroking the wolf's belly. Suddenly, the wolf shuddered, and the shaman discovered a wolf pup underneath. It's unimaginable how the wolf accompanied the man to this point. After a long time, both the man and the wolf healed, and the wolf pup had grown. Because of the man's good deeds and the wolf's loyalty, a new chapter of coexistence between humans and beasts was built.